heck are you guys? Welcome back to In This Dumpster Diver's Kitchen. My microwave's going off. So today I am going to be making, are you ready? Because this recipe is thebomb.com and you're gonna wanna make this. So there's two ways you can make the recipe I'm about to tell you. This is my Italian beef. You can make this in an Instant Pot, or you can make this in a crock pot. I'm sure you could do it in the oven too, or even in a like cast iron skillet thing. What are those things called? Dutch oven. But the only ways I have ever made it was in a crock pot, and today I don't have time to do the crock pot because you need about 6 to 8 hours for that. So I was like, oh snap, let me use my Instant Pot because that'll take much less time. It makes the meat so tender. And I can also show you guys an Instant Pot recipe like you've been asking for. So yay, win-win. And I want to thank Kitchen Mama for sponsoring today's video. They sent me their amazing can opener that is supposed to be like amazeballs and open your cans with a push of a button. So we're gonna try it out and see if it lives up to all the hype. So I, of course, will have a discount code in the description box below for all of my subscribers and anybody that would like to purchase one for 10% off. I will give you my honest review, but I'm pretty excited because I have had this dingy, nasty can opener for about 10 years. We need a new one.
What?
I'm trying to record a video. That's all right. What? My husband, bless his heart. We have a light pole out, and I know this has nothing to do with the video, but I've got to share it because it's funny. And I talk too much, remember? So I gotta live up to my name. We have a light pole outside in our, like on our walkway when you're walking up our front steps. And the wiring's bad, it's not working, so we need to take it out. So we had our electrician here the other day fixing all of our lights downstairs. So we had him disconnect that. So he comes in, he's like, I'm gonna be taking that pole out and I'm gonna cut the wires. So just keep an eye on me in case I electrocute myself. Oh, I totally ruined the story by messing up the word, but you get it. So I gotta make sure he doesn't shock himself. All right, he's good. He's fine. All right, but anyway, back to my can opener. It's gross, it's disgusting, and if this bad boy works, we're tossing this in the garbage. So, what I am going to do is we are making my Italian beef in the Instant Pot. Then I'm gonna make my homemade macaroni and cheese, which is very simple, but it is way better than boxed macaroni and cheese, so you're definitely gonna wanna try this. And what else are we having? Green beans. Just the canned kind, so nothing special here. But this is a really simple meal. You don't have to have your oven on. It's 85 degrees here. I don't want my oven on. I don't want to be over a stove. So this is very simple. And there's a few ways you can serve this. You can do open faced, or you can just do a sandwich, like toast some hoagie buns, which I got these. Good old Walmart. So we're just gonna toast these and then pop some provolone cheese on them and then put the beef on, and then you have Italian beef sandwiches. Or we can even make a gravy with the leftover juice in our Instant Pot and do the open-faced Italian beef sandwiches. So let's get started. We got our Instant Pot turned on, and like I said, if you don't have an Instant Pot, don't worry about it. Throw it in your crock pot. Same thing. Don't worry, it'll turn out just fine. I wouldn't have had this if my mother-in-law didn't buy it for me for Christmas. I would have never ever bought myself one because they were way expensive, but I love it. It's life-changing. So we got our Instant Pot. All I bought was a chuck pot roast from good old Walmart. Look at that price, Lord. Not even 2.5 pounds. But this one looked really good. It didn't have a lot of fat, which is something that you also want to make sure you're looking at when you buy these. You want some marbling in there because it gives you a lot of flavor, but you don't want a lot of fat because then you're just gonna have to peel all that out after it cooks, and you don't want chewy pieces in your sandwich. So we're gonna pop this bad boy right on in to our Instant Pot. Then we are going to add our seasonings. You can also add some onions in here. My kids don't like onions, so I'm just gonna use these minced onions. Sprinkle some of those in there. We're gonna do my favorite garlic salt. We're gonna do garlic powder. We're also gonna do a little seasoned salt and some pepper. Then, you're not gonna put this in now, but this is gonna be after your beef cooks, you're gonna take it out and shred it up and put it back in all the juices and then put 1 package of this on. This is where I see a lot of people mess up. A lot of people put, oh, I got my new glasses too. What do you think? I know, they're cute. A lot of people put this in when it's cooking and you lose a lot of that flavor then. It cooks all into the beef, but you want that zing when you bite into it, so it is like an Italian beef sandwich. So you want to add this at the very end, mix it up and let it sit for like 10 minutes, stir it around, then it's going to taste like Italian beef. So if you didn't know that secret, now you do. You're welcome. I have a little over 2 cups of beef broth, which it's just water with 2 beef bouillon cubes. We're going to pour that in, and you don't want to pour it and wash off all your seasonings on your meat. I poured it to the side, so we still have all that seasoning on our meat. All right, so we're gonna get our Instant Pot lid. Oh my, this is dirty. That's embarrassing. Wash that off. It's all dusty and stuff. Nope, that ain't right. Which way does this thing go? There we go. All right, we're gonna make sure this is over on venting. Or no, sealing, duh. And then we are going to pressure cook on high for about 1 hour. So while that is cooking, we're just gonna let that do its thing. When it's done, we're gonna take off, we'll let it naturally release for like 10 to 20 minutes. And then we'll take our beef out, we'll shred it up, put our Italian seasoning on it, put it back in all the juices, and then everybody keeps coming in and interrupting me. But anyway, when that's done, we'll take our beef out and then we'll put on our Italian seasoning, put it back in the juices, let it sit for a few minutes, and voila, Italian beef. I promise you, it is so good. You will definitely want to make it all the time. And it is an awesome thing to make for like cookouts, or if you have people over, you know, when the quarantine's over and you're not sitting at home bored out of your mind like I am. And you can have friends over? Yeah. And it's super easy. Either way you do it, in the crock pot or the Instant. So I got my Italian beef cooking in the Instant Pot. We have about 32 minutes left for the pressure cooking. So while that's going, I put my water on to boil for my pasta, which I bought some medium-sized shells. You can use any kind of noodle you want for macaroni. I like using the shell because I feel like it soaks up a lot more of the cheese sauce. So while that's all going, I figured, let's give this can opener a whirl, shall we? So it comes in, okay. I already put the batteries in, can you tell? So yes, it does take 4 AA batteries, and it comes in this super cute little box, and you can watch a quick instructional video on how to use it. So that's pretty cool. We're gonna wing it. We're gonna see if it's just simple enough for little old me to figure out. Which, we all know that could be funny. All right, so I'm pretty sure it just goes like that, and you hit the button and let it do its thing. So let me come over here with you guys and see if we can do this. You just set it right on the top and it does its thing. How cool is that? Oh my goodness, that is awesome. Don't look at my dirty dishes. And then you just touch the button once and voila. Oh, yeah, look at that. I didn't even think it opened it. You couldn't even tell. That is amazing. We're throwing away my other one. So bye-bye to this disgusting 10-year-old horrible can opener. They are under $30, and you'll have a 10% off code if you use my what is it, Shannon Z10. Definitely recommend this. So we're gonna get our macaroni and cheese a-going now. It is seriously so simple. All you need is your noodles, some Velveeta cheese, some milk, some salt, some pepper. Simple. And you can even add in some shredded, like sharp cheddar, mild cheddar, anything you want really. And you can even do an extra step, and you can mix it all together and then throw some extra like shredded cheese on the top and bake it in the oven to make it like a little crispy on the outside and like bubbly and yummy. But I'm not turning my oven on today because it's 85 degrees here. So we're just having good old mac and cheese. But super simple. You'll never want to buy boxed mac and cheese again. I promise you, this is so easy. So our water is boiling. I'm just gonna do this whole bag because my family can put down some mac and cheese. Plus, this is really good reheated too. And I'm just gonna add a bunch of salt to the water. Oh Lord, I got stuff dropping everywhere. We're gonna let this macaroni, or these noodles, so I'm just gonna let these noodles cook on up, and then we will drain them, dump them back in the pot, and we'll add our Velveeta, salt, pepper, milk, and make us some macaroni and cheese. And by that time, our Italian beef should be just about. Drain these bad boys without burning my fingers off. Ow! Hurt myself. Dang it. All right. Now, all we're gonna do, get your Velveeta out. Show you what I'm doing as I'm doing it. That would make more sense, Shannon. So this is the small block of Velveeta. I'm probably only gonna have to use about maybe half, if that. Going to cut it into small pieces. Just easier to melt that way. Throw your macaroni back in, right on top. Of course, I don't measure anything, so, you know, dump some milk in, just a little bit at a time at first. And then you're just gonna stir. We're gonna turn our heat back on low, just to help the Velveeta out. And this is where you can add any seasonings. I'm just gonna do a little bit of pepper and a little bit of salt because my kids will be like, what's that black stuff? I don't want that. And then I just add more Velveeta if it's needed. You can also add some cheddar cheese in if you'd like, which I think I'm gonna do. I have some mild cheddar I'm just gonna throw in. Super easy to make. We're gonna add more Velveeta without cutting my fingers off, preferably. And we're just gonna let this melt and do its thing. This is the easiest macaroni and cheese, I'm telling you. It's not the healthiest, but then again, when do I cook anything that is the healthiest? I don't. Nope. And then just taste it. Make sure it tastes like it's cheesy enough. If it doesn't taste like it's cheesy enough, add more cheese. If it doesn't taste like it's creamy enough, add more milk. Don't be afraid to taste things as you're cooking it, because that's the only way you're gonna know if it tastes good. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna taste this and see if it's all right. I'm gonna do a little bit more Velveeta, and then we're gonna do a little bit more cheddar. But here is my macaroni now, and it's looking perfect. I am gonna add a little bit more salt and pepper. I don't know if my kids will even eat the Italian beef, but we have to tell them, like, everything is either chicken or steak. Because they are not big unless it's chicken nuggets or steak. Like, I can't tell them when it's pork chops because they won't eat it because I say pork, you know. That's how they are. They're weird. They're children. That is amazing. So good. So much better than boxed macaroni, I'm telling you. And then when you want to reheat this, like tomorrow, because obviously I made enough for an army like I normally do, you just add a little bit more milk and heat it up either on the stove or in the microwave, and it'll be fine. I'm actually it's already 5, like quarter after 5, and I need to get my children and my husband fed. So I'm actually going to manually release the Italian beef and see how it is without burning my cabinets off. I hate doing this. I hate it. It scares me every time. So we'll just keep that warm, and then we are going to vent this one. Oh, I'm so scared. Does anybody else do this? Does anybody else freak out about it? Or is it just me? Because it scares me every time. Let's check our beef, shall we? Sorry for the sunlight. Hopefully it's tender. If not, we're gonna have a problem. Oh yeah, it's a tender. Falling right apart, which is what you want. So we're gonna pop it in this bowl and we're gonna shred it. And I'm gonna try and get all the fat out before I put it back in. Now if you wanted to use, let me show you all the drippings and everything. If you wanted to make a gravy to do like an open-faced like roast beef, you don't even have to use this. You can use a packet of French onion soup and mix some cornstarch in there. Mix it around, make a gravy, and pour it over top of your bread or whatever you want to use. That is also a very good, yummy roast. But in 1 hour, I have a huge roast that would have taken all day in the crock pot. So, all right, so we're gonna shred this. Super tender, it just comes apart with a fork. I'm just gonna remove some of the fat, like the big chunks of fat like that. You want to try and get as much of the fat out as you can. And then just shred it, and then we're going to pop it right back into the juice and mix it with the Italian seasoning packet. And voila, dinner is ready in an hour. Not too shabby. So I got all my shredded beef. I'm gonna toss it back on into the juice. We're gonna take our Good Seasons Italian, oh Lord, there it went. Italian dressing packet. And then stir. If I would have done that before, it would have not tasted like Italian beef. It comes out just tasting like a roast for some reason. I don't know why, but it does. And voila, Italian beef sandwiches. So I'm gonna make up a plate and show you what it'll look like all together. I have provolone cheese. I like these like crusty sandwich rolls from Walmart. I think they go really good with my Italian beef. Some provolone cheese. Pop it in the bottom, and then put your beef on the top. I have to drain it because you don't want it to be too sloppy and make your bun fall apart. And there you go, Italian beef. And that, my friends, is dinner on this Sunday night. I'm super excited. I probably have cheese all over my face. Let me wipe my face off. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me in this Dumpster Divers kitchen. I had a blast as always. I hope this gave you guys an idea to do something different with your Instant Pot, something quick, easy. If you're in a climate that is hot and humid like we are right now, and you don't want to have to turn your oven on and sit over the stove and watch something cook all day. So hopefully you guys give this a try, and if you do, don't forget to shoot me an email and send me pictures because I love getting those from you guys. And of course, if you want to order the Kitchen Mama can opener, everything will be in the description box below. And as always, happy diving, baking, and cooking. Bye guys.